The restoration starts with demolition.
Tear into it.
And we scale up our old windows.
Well, you got to make sure the windows match the weights.
We'll show you how to recycle to working order.
Yeah.
Simon and Valley Gauvier have filled their Victorian home with color and texture.
We like all the different greens and the oranges, and it just warms up the house a lot.
It has been the perfect home for raising their two daughters, big sister Sashi and little sister Rohini.
That's right, high five!
They've been focused on the kids.
The house projects have been put on the back burner, and it's only now that we're really trying to concentrate and do all the things that we need to do.
They're starting to notice things around the house are not as they should be. The next project gets underway, restoring Valley and Simon's 100-year-old windows. To help, we called in window restoration specialists.
So Simon and Valley, you guys have decided to go with restoring your windows as opposed to the vinyl replacements like you did in the back.
Exactly.
Right?
Absolutely.
Well, I'll tell you what, we've got a special treat. We've got an artist. This is a window artist. Right, Bill? That's
Very
what you
good.
call
Very
yourself?
good. Sure, yeah.
So go for it. Tell us what you're going to do.
We restore windows.
Good.
Quite often we can go into a house and take the existing windows and make them work just like they did when the house was new in 1920.
That's
fantastic.
The crew gets the room ready.
We lay out a tarp to protect the floor and remove the curtains. Old windows like these can be fixed by removing the trim first. A trap door hides the weight system. The weights are attached to ropes and pulleys to counterbalance the weight of the window.
You've got to get the window out. You've got to get the bottom sash out. So you need a few tools to get this done with. I think you've got a bunch of yours, but we've got a couple special tools. Your Stanley knife. Got it. And you've got your flat bar here. And you've got a special flat bar of your own. And safety equipment.
Absolutely.
This is key.
Always
So I'm
wear
going
the
to put mine
goggles.
on here too. So the first thing you have to do is take off the window stop. And the reason we call it the window stop because it stops the window in place. So you're going to pop the stop, and then you can remove...
Pop the stop.
Pop the stop.
I like pop the stop. I like it.
Then you can remove the bottom sash. And the bottom sash is obviously the bottom part here.
We start by scoring the stop with a utility knife to get rid of the old paint and trim.
Get your flat bar right in there where you scored, and wiggle it back and forth.
Yeah, and it doesn't really matter if this wood breaks because you're going to be putting in new pieces?
Exactly.
Okay, good.
New stops are going to go in where you pop the old stops.
After a little prodding and clipping, the windows are out.
And they can be clean for the first time in 120 years as well.
That would be great.
Next, Simon removes the trap door to get to the weight pocket.
Oh, that's interesting. Why the scale, Bill?
Well, you got to make sure the windows match the weights, and the weights match the windows.
Absolutely. All right.
Otherwise, they'll kind of go up or they'll fall down and, do the guillotine thing.
Old windows have a total of 4 weights in the frame, 2 on each side. The 2 weights work in harmony and must equal the weight of the bottom and the top window. We'll weigh each window, and both set of weights that correspond with it. They don't match up.
That's not going to work. It's just not going to work.
Right.
Great. That's no good.
So
So what do we do?
Get bigger weights.
Oh, I suppose. Oh, that's it. Bigger weights. Okay.
Well, we just happen to have these specially made lead weights that we have made.
Nice.
That will add to it until we get the right amount. You want to figure it out?
We add the additional smaller weights until we reach the sum of the window's weight.
Perfect. Look at that.
Next, new nylon ropes go in, using a weighted chain to thread them through. Time to let the experts take over for a while. Now back to the window restoration.
So, Bill, this is just like upstairs. So we're going to be scraping it and sanding it, priming it, getting it ready to put in.
We scrape away the built-up paint, careful not to get too close to the glass.
Okay, now the next step is to do the sanding. And the sanding is really crucial to get it nicely sanded because if you don't do a good job on the sanding, you will not pass the 2-finger test.
So what's the two-finger test?
Oh, that's, to test if the window goes up and down with 2 fingers.
Okay.
At the end of the job. That's when you know you did your job.
Simon, this looks great. This has got to be the original glass. Look at the waves.
Yeah.
Now for a coat of primer to fill the gaps and protect the windows.
After the paint dries, we add a waterproof weather stripping to the top and bottom of each window. It will seal and prevent drafts.
Okay, Simon and Bill, we're going to get this last window put in here. It's all put together. We'll start by some paraffin wax on the inside here, so it slides nice and easy. Right. All right, ready to give it the two-finger test?
Let's do it.
We can give it a try. Let's do it. There's one thumb. Let's try 2 fingers.
Yay.
The finishing touch, brass latches. These will keep the windows from opening wide, an important safety feature for this family.
That was an awesome day.
Yeah.
It was.
So much work. I'll tell you what, the plaster is great. It looks perfect. Bill, I think your windows are going to keep your house dry now.
Very good.
They look beautiful.
Oh, I know. I'm so
thank
glad
you so
about all
much.
of that. Thank you, guys. Really good.